Hey everyone, in today's video, we are going to be watching Stop Being an Audience Member of Your Own Life and seeing their perspective because I just found it interesting and wanted to give my opinion. So let's check it out.
Recently, my days have looked a little like this.
The entire universe. Anything. Love it.
You ever had that zigzag?
I ordered sushi for dinner. Opportunity to do a quick rapid fire roast of something. I just got home from work and I actually have it.
I think I'm already gonna like enjoying this video.
It's like I'm an audience member in other people's lives. And being pulled into their world, their interests, their seemingly endless talents, while mine are left in the dark.
Is this people pleasing related? The things we do things to us?
I have
What?
an average screen time of about 4.5 hours a day.
That ain't even
And that
bad.
doesn't even cover the time spent behind my computer
Oh,
or watching TV. And 4.5 hours is a lot of time to be spending on anything, really.
yeah.
But especially on something that usually isn't all that meaningful. Often just gets forgotten.
Everyone
pretty
delete
much
TikTok, I
instantly,
swear.
And sometimes isn't even real.
Oh, say I.
They say you are what you consume. And if that's the case, then who does that make me?
This actually goes into situational psychology and like me questioning fate in general, because what she just talked about, do we even make up ourselves or just from those around us and like the environment that we're in? It kind of questions our identity and if we actually have any like control over our own lives, because if everything is determined by the things around us, then what really makes us us?
Better yet, who am I without it?
You are your parents that raised you.
I came across a quote this morning, like literally 15 minutes ago. I was just scrolling away and I had to pause and basically just go upstairs and record this because it just hit a little too close to home. It goes like this: you obsess over your identity in relation to others while your soul rots inside of you. Potentially a bit of a serious, dramatic take,
Yeah.
but I kind
That
of
felt
think
like a
it
whole
is
lot of
that
nothing, to be
serious.
honest.
On pretty much every single social media platform that I'm on, I have lists and lists and lists of things I want to do. And they just keep growing, and that's the problem. They keep growing and they never shrink because nothing ever gets ticked off. More and more I've just kind of realized how sad it actually is, that I clearly have so many ways in which I would like to spend my time, but I choose to just spend it watching other people do stuff instead, and my interests are just, rotting away.
You know, I find it funny when jobs incentivize you by paying you to do it. Like I'm in an accounting job, and me staying on task and doing things on time before the deadlines, it's so much easier when you're doing it for a company. But for some reason, when you're trying to be a self-starter or do things on your own time, like even when I have energy, like she was saying, like the YouTube ideas start piling up and you're not able to actually finish anything or tick anything off, which is weird because if you already have a framework that's working at your job, like why don't you just transfer that over? You know what? I might actually do that, and I'll let you guys know what happens.
If I wouldn't have all of those sort of external voices to listen to and to compare myself to, where does that leave me?
Existential question. Yeah.
I just want
We are nothing. We are all horses, not human.
to know. I quite often feel as though there's a gap between the things I want to do and the things I actually end up doing. I have no idea if I can do this. And there's a lot of reasons for that, really. Whether it's because I don't have time or skills, equipment, patience,
Excuses.
originality, permission, but above all, confidence.
Yeah.
So it's easier to consume what everyone else is making rather than attempting to close that gap yourself. But the more I consume, and consequently the less I create, the bigger that gap gets. And the more self-doubt begins to creep in.
Self-doubt, ruminations, overthinking,
Until you put the
anxiety,
phone down.
depression. Yeah. I like the style video where she's putting two
I
separate
am
videos together.
attempting this painting today. I've had it saved for a long time, and today's the day. We'll see how I manage. I think the act of creating isn't so much about the actual output as it is about its effects on you.
Oh, I thought she was going to say the process.
One of the
doing
things that scares me the most about how much I consume is the total lack of self-expression. In a way, it feels
100%.
as though the more I take in, the less I understand who I am as a person. What it is that I like or don't like, and what I'm actually capable of. There we have my little painting. And it didn't take that long, like 2 hours max. You know?
You know what I've noticed from all these social media videos or like similar videos like that, it actually goes over this newfound appreciation that you should have for your own life, for yourself, and for things that you actually can enjoy within your own life that you do not need social media or other people's validation for. It's very beautiful and insightful.
And that's not to say that it works out every time, because it won't. It's not working. It just keeps cracking.
You just gotta laugh it off.
I might have to give up
honestly.
on this one. It is what it is. I tried, at least. But you also might discover things you didn't even know were there. One of the things that I've really been wanting to try is gouache paint. So I bought some. Now that I'm actually actively trying to make the things that I want to make, what do you know? I'm actually getting really excited about them. It's sparking something in me, a part of me that usually isn't really that stimulated. I haven't even started using the freaking paint and I'm already super happy with my purchase. Like, that means something. But I never would know that that means something if I wouldn't try.
Yeah.
So
That's why when I hear people saying, like, I'm only going to stay in this one state in America and I'll never go traveling, I'll never go to a different state. I'm just like, how do you even know, like, if you never tasted a different meal or experienced a different culture or traveled to a different country to actually know what you want to enjoy? You're just pretty much feeding into limiting
try
your
this paint, though.
opportunities.
the reality is, though, that consuming
You're
is
playing yourself,
infinitely
that's what I'm
easier
trying to
than
say.
creating will ever be. It doesn't really ask much of you. No skills or patience. Definitely no tolerance for being a beginner. So it's a comfortable place to be, really. That is, of course, until you realize that if you never allow yourself to be a beginner, you'll also never stop being one.
I'm a noob.
While we're on the topic of being a beginner, I know very well how hard it can be to flip that switch and start making the things that you want to make. I think people often assume that creating is only relevant if you're an artist of some sort, and I don't really agree with that. Creating, to me, at its very core, is nothing but a constant cycle of problem solving.
Wait, I was gonna say, like, I don't think I fully understand what she was saying there. I thought creativity is able to express yourself. So it doesn't have to be through art, music. It's like something that gives you your passion or shows you you.
Figuring out how to narrow down that gap between imagination and creation. And rather than freaking out over the distance, just giving it a shot instead. So I'm gonna try to recreate a shot that I've been seeing all over my Instagram for the past couple of days, and I think it looks really cool. Essentially just like a hand reaching through the screen. I've never done this before. I don't own a green screen, so I don't know if it's gonna work, but I'm gonna try.
You know, don't flame me in the comments, but I just want to give my honest opinion. Like, when videos start very well, the intro was very captivating. Like, it actually hooked me onto this video. But then it just goes into what hobbies I actually enjoy. Like, another one was self-educating and fighting off brain rot, joining a book club or reading books and giving their own recommendations on that sort of community. I guess that's not a bad thing, though.
And we'll see. You never know. And learning that at the end of the day, pretty much everything is figure-outable if you just give yourself the space for it. I don't know. Let's see what that looks like. It's been a couple days since I've tried to recreate that shot, but I've been just like tweaking it a little bit, re-recording some stuff, admittedly. It actually turned out pretty okay. It's definitely not perfect, and I feel like there is absolutely more ways to make it look more realistic or more like smooth and put together, but I don't know. I'm just discovering, it sounds so stupid, but All of these things are kind of obvious. Obviously, when you're gonna start giving things a shot and trying things and doing things, you're gonna start realizing that you're more capable.
You know what's funny? Like, even, or I'm not sure if this relates to psychology more, but even the words that you say, like, it sounds so obvious, or like, why would I even ask this question? They're like, it's a dumb question. That's when people start limiting themselves too. It's like a coping mechanism, like you're just trying to save face or save yourself from other people like ridiculing you for something. And that also is a limitator, because if she did just say like that looks stupid or it sounds so obvious and ends up not posting this video, then we wouldn't nobody would ever see this video. Even the words that we say, like, they actually have a very big impact on our everyday lives.
Than you think you are, or that things maybe aren't as hard as they seemed, or stuff like that. And maybe that's what makes it even worse. Like, there's such obvious benefits to not just scrolling your life away, and yet we still do it all the time. And I don't mean to say that consuming is the issue here. I think my lists of interests are nothing but proof that there is plenty of inspiration to be gained from it. But it's more so about what you do with all of that inspiration and all of that input, rather than just letting it float around in your head, morphing into a million different questions. Just giving it an outlet instead, whatever that may look like for you. And it's not a matter of quit consuming cold turkey, but more a matter of know what you're consuming, be aware of what you're consuming, be intentional about what you're consuming.
Live life with intention.
And don't let it get in the way of what you do and what you make and what you try and how you think and how you view yourself, and the list goes on, but you get the point. Just most of the time, it really is that damn phone.
One thing that she was talking about that I actually want to share with you guys as a question is, what is one thing that you know is wrong but you still do it anyway? Because she was talking about doom scrolling being one of those things. And I think the first thing that came to mind was people's opinion around dating and sex and everything in the relationship. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. If you want a place to reflect, ask questions, share ideas, or talk with people who are trying to live their life intentionally, you can join my Discord server in the description below.